everybody, and welcome to another episode of The In Charge Show. I'm Tara Brewster with my co-hosts, Alfonso Santinello and Michael Connolly.
Hi.
Back with you for one more episode.
Yes.
Another day.
Another awesome episode.
We're all here.
Yes.
Glad you're here too.
Thanks for coming, Tara.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here too. So we're starting off today talking about N News, and Michael's going to kick that off with a little discussion about Jeremy Lin.
Okay.
All I do is Lin. Sorry.
It's Lintastic.
So what it is Jeremy Lin, for you guys that don't know, he's just Harvard graduate. You know, he NBA player, plays with the Knicks. But he got kicked off of two teams, the Golden State Warriors, and I think he came up from the D-League. But he got a shot because the New York Knicks, their starting point guard was injured. So anyway, Linsanity has taken over America, has taken over the world. This kid is just unbelievable. And what's this have to do with business? Well, I was on.
He's marketable.
He's very, very marketable.
That's what it is.
It's
He's
unbelievable.
marketable.
But what I liked about him was that Forbes magazine did an article on him and it was asking what CEOs can learn from Jeremy Lin. Me personally, what I liked about him, and exactly what they nailed in this article, was that he came off the bench. So when he was started to play, he wanted to incorporate all those guys on the bench because he knew what they could do, and he gave everyone a shot. The Knicks ended up winning 9 straight with I think it was 9 straight, 8 or 9 straight, with this guy. But what Forbes magazine was saying, what a CEO can learn from Jeremy Lin is, 1, how to identify the superstar on your bench. 2, how to play team ball, and then it goes into the CEO. He wrote this whole article. He was talking about how companies can learn from Linsanity about building from within, because you may have a superstar on your team in your company, but you're so used to looking at the star players that you're missing someone that's even greater. So when you include everyone in what you have going on and you foster an environment where everyone can shine or everyone can maximize their potential, your business can actually grow. And I'm totally for that because I remember when I worked in retail. Customers love me, and I was never a person that would talk about myself. No. I was never a person that would talk about myself, and I always had great ideas, and I used to be shy, believe it or not. But I know this is a true story. But I don't know you're shy. No, this was like in 2001, 2002. This was earlier in my life. But now what happened was customers would love me, but I would never feel comfortable enough to share my ideas with corporate. I was like, they don't want to hear from me. But if I knew they would like to hear my ideas, or I knew that was a channel for me to go or to take advantage of, I would do that. And I think a lot of businesses lose out, and you have an outside company that automatically notice the talent and they pay them more money to take them.
Yeah. So, what I really liked about this was the fact that the New York Knicks coach, I'm not sure what his name is, but
Mike D'Antoni.
The fact that he actually used the bench, I think that in companies, there's a lot of companies out there where the bosses or the CEOs, they don't really look
they have their key players,
right,
but they don't
really look to bring people up and bring people into the spotlight. They'd rather sort of keep people.
They stay in the comfort zone.
Yeah. So I really liked that about this article, about really thinking about everyone and doing a team, like playing team ball or whatever, instead of just having one person.
Yeah. From the entrepreneur standpoint, with the whole Lin world, whatever.
Lin mania.
There's so many Lins, whatever. And the aspect of him getting kicked off 2 teams, going to a D-League, but then still pushing to be, he could have done something else. He went to school at Harvard. I mean, obviously he's smart.
Yep.
Not as smart as us.
As an entrepreneur, and you see that, it kind of, related to the article, what CEOs can learn from, what CEOs can learn from Lin is the not giving up, because obviously you're an entrepreneur, and everything is not always going to be rainbows and butterflies. I've never had
What about unicorns?
Special occasions, but it's like you own a business, there are up and downs. It doesn't matter what industry, what kind of business, there's up and downs. So with him, he's gone through up and downs just in a couple of years for basketball.
Yeah.
I don't even know what he majored in at Harvard. Do you know what he majored in at Harvard?
Something.
Probably math or something.
Yeah.
But it was Harvard.
Yeah. You have a degree from
Computers.
Harvard, you can do whatever you want.
That's true.
including playing in the NBA.
Yeah.
But that's how I look at the whole Lin mania, is because it's the not giving up, the persistence to keep going forward, and that's what businesses need to do. You don't know how many businesses are probably folded because they just couldn't push that extra month and see what that next month could have done something great.
You know what else I like about this too? I like how the guy from Modell's, and that's why, like, successful businesses, they just know, the people behind them just know how to capitalize on anything. And the guy from Modell's, the sporting store, he heard about the whole insanity thing. His friend told him, "You got to watch. You watching these Knicks games?
Yeah.
You got to watch this guy."
The owner of Nobu. I want
that?
the owner of Nobu to call me up. It's like
Nobu?
this really, really nice restaurant in New York City.
So check this out. And I was there. So here's what he was smart enough to call Reebok, who has the exclusive NBA merchandise deal. I think they probably have for another couple of years. But he was smart enough to call him and license the term Linsanity with Jeremy Lin's number on these T-shirts. And he said they made them, and I forgot how many he had done, but they sold out so quick. So for him to look at that, wait a minute. And he did it the right way. He went and did the licensing deal, did all the legal work, and now he's the only person that can sell Linsanity merchandise, and everyone wants that right now. Like, this kid went from his jersey, only his mom having one of his jerseys, to everyone in New York. His jersey's outselling LeBron James and Kobe Bryant right now. So it's just remarkable what this kid did. And the reason people love him is because he seems like a regular guy. Like,
he's like the underdog.
Exactly. When I first watched it, I feel like, you ever watched the movie Like Mike?
Yeah.
I felt like I'm watching Like Mike in real life. Like, they need to take those sneakers off him, and then he won't be able to play. It's just crazy how he just. But I mean.
Well, you got to look at it this way. He's marketable because, and in a non-racist thing, he's a short Asian guy playing basketball, and he does freaking awesome.
And you know what else?
You don't see that, and it's something that's marketable, and it pushes the NBA out. The NBA has gotten more exposure this year in the past 5 years total, just because of what's been going on. Because football was what's his face? I already forgot, the prayer guy.
The prayer guy?
Yeah, the guy.
Tim Tebow.
Yeah, there we go. And
The prayer guy.
well, no, because that's what a lot of his thing was religious. So with Lin, I think it's NBA's time to like kind of push it forward, because NBA has been, for me, as
Falling off a little bit.
Well, see, that's what I was talking about. He seems like this regular guy doing his thing, and he's so humble. Yeah. And that's what I like about him. He's never, since this whole thing's been going on, he's never been, I'm making this team win. It's always my teammates, it's my teammate that, and it's not just the stars. He's talking about guys at the back of the bench. And it's crazy how everyone's numbers are going, and that's, you could go as far as your leader takes you. And this kid was living on his brother's couch before this whole thing happened, And now he's living in Trump Tower.
I feel like most millionaires are living on couches. I think I'm gonna have to move to a couch before, just to, I feel like that's where they all start off. I'm like, damn.
All right, have we talked enough about Linsanity?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that
Are we
was
about
a
to
good
Lin move
entrepreneurial
on?
rant with Lin. So we're gonna go up with our next setup. Next
Linning
segment.
right along.
Yeah, linning right along. In startup. So there's an article I found and I thought it was interesting, and I've actually been in the works of doing this for a little bit of time now. And if you're a startup or you're starting a new business, build a board of advisors. I think it was Inc. magazine that they gave out 3 tips or 3 steps to do. Step 1, establish a relationship with a person. Step 2, shop around to different people. So don't, a board of advisors is basically people to, help your business grow, and they tell you the honest truth. Try this, test that out, and are there for you and your business personally. So step 1, establish a relationship with a person that you think you'd want to have be an advisor. Step 2, shop around. Invite other people. So have them go see your big place of business. Have them see how you do work, what exactly you do, how you do it, everything like that. And then step 3, ask the people that you invited over. Narrow down your select choice. So involve them in the day-to-day activities, not just, I want this new campaign. What do you guys think about this? You should involve them from as little as buying a stapler with, not like that, but as big, and then to the size of, what financials of the business. It's good for a lot of startups to do this, especially if, right now, startups have been popping out now more than ever. And if you're not into a tech startup, even if you're just a restaurant or a store or a business service, like this is a good opportunity for you to go out and meet people and get a mentor to help you kind of push your business through so you're actually growing in the right way and not throwing darts at the dartboard.
Yeah, I felt like this article was really helpful in sort of thinking a little bit deeper about my business and sort of how we did it when we first opened 4 years ago. And we definitely didn't and do not have a board of advisors, but I definitely have my sort of crew that I talk to and rely on, and I have a mentor who's another business owner in town, and I have some different affiliated people that I sort of like pass things off to and talk to. But
doesn't necessarily have to be a title of board of advisors, but if you have that group of people that are going to tell you the truth, good or bad, that is what you need for your business.
That's the key. That's the key when you're having people you're taking advice from. You don't want people that are going to be yes men, and you don't want people that are going to blow smoke up your butt, so to speak. You want someone that's going to be, hey, no, that's a ridiculous idea, and here's why I would. Every mentor I have that help grow my business, the ones I really listen to, are ones that don't really tell me what to do, but they kind of say, well, I wouldn't do this because X, Y, and Z. You do what you want with it. Give me the information. Let me make an informed decision. And what I liked about this article, too, it said, be eclectic. Don't just get the same type people. When I started my business, because I always believe in, because I grew up kind of old school, and I love talking to older people because I view them as being wise. So I always went to older business people, whether I went to school first and I talked to those guys, and then I reached out to different entrepreneurs in the area that I always admired because I've been entrepreneurial since 9. So I always been reading articles about these people, this, that, and next, and how they became successful. So those people that stuck in the back of my mind, I wrote them letters, I emailed them, I called them, I asked them to help me. And most of the times, these people will help you. It's just because that's how entrepreneurs are. They want to see other entrepreneurs succeed. But the best part about
it's like a disease.
It is. But the best part about that is, once you take that information and you grow your business, you have a strong foundation based on something that was already successful. Like, for example, my friend he's actually my business partner now from Mount Teddybed, John Sartino. When I was trying to figure out my radio ads, first I went to the radio companies and it was like, well, it's gonna be X amount of thousands of dollars to do this. And I'm like, in my head it's like, something's not right here. I'm doing something wrong here. So when I spoke to John, because I knew he grew from Mount Teddybed for radio ads, and he told me how he did it and what he paid for and what he told him he wanted, and he got what he wanted, and he grew that business. So when I was armed when I went to the radio stations. Now I went from trusting them, and obviously they're going to sell me, to knowing what I wanted, and it was a totally different ball game after that. So there's so many different things you can learn from seasoned entrepreneurs and just regular day-to-day people too, because a lot of the stuff I do to run my business, I learned from is morals and ethics that I learned from my mother, my grandmother, my customer service, treat people how you want to be treated type thing. So it doesn't really have to only be business people, but go for wise people.
Yeah.
Are you guys on boards? Are you on any boards?
Yeah, I'm on the board for Junior Achievement.
Yeah.
Worcester, Mass.
That's sort of helpful too, thinking about, having your own board, like, sort of taking what you learn out in the community with different boards that you serve on, and maybe bringing that back to your business and sort of, trying to think of it in that way
Exactly.
too.
Yeah. And you know what? It's just like, one more thing, it's like in the art world, you have to be open to constructive criticism because your business is your baby. That's like someone coming to you and saying, man, your baby's ugly. And he's like, oh. Yeah. So if you take
hurts sometimes.
The truth hurts. So be prepared for the constructive criticism, and it's not a personal attack. So don't feel that way. Just take it and grow from it and learn from it, because these people know they did it before.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay, so moving on. Entrepreneur of the Week. This is mine this week, and I wanted to talk a little bit about Matthew Corin, who's the founder of Freshii. I thought this was a great idea because I'm in Northampton
I've been to one.
a lot.
Good.
Have you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In DC, when I went to visit a friend in DC, they have one in DC. It's unbelievable.
So Freshii's this recent restaurant that opened, I think, last year or the year before. It's only been open a couple of years. Yeah, thanks. Last year, a couple of years ago, whatever.
7 years ago.
Well, when he opened, he was 29, so he was young. He was a young entrepreneur. I like focusing on that. But he was
I think he was 23 when it opened, and he's
29 now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sorry,
Got it. Dates.
Well, if he happens to be watching this, I want to make sure we are giving the
right. Yes. Okay.
He is watching this. What do you mean?
Definitely.
I'll tweet it to him.
So he founded it in 2005. The location was Chicago. He was 23 then, he's 29 now. And basically when he was 23, he was in Manhattan and he was hungry and all he could find was fast food stuff. So it sort of dawned on him to open up this restaurant that was based on fresh, healthy choices, salads, wraps, all of this stuff. And I always think about this because in Northampton we have a plethora of restaurants and, no one really great healthy salad place that you can go and sort of pick.
But they're all good places, but there's nothing, like the thing with healthy food is like you don't find a quick walk in, get your food and leave kind of thing.
Right.
You know what I mean? And I think with Freshii, it's a great idea because people can walk in, they pick their wrap, they go, it's kind of like the Subway kind of thing where you go in, you pick, but it's all healthy, it's all better for you than, Subway's like fake meat thing or whatever. And I should probably, anyway. So Freshii, I like it, and he's in over 50 countries, over 4 countries and 50 locations in 6 to 7 years now. So he's done very well with this.
Yeah.
What I liked about it was he had no restaurant experience.
Yeah.
He just wanted a good, healthy sandwich, and he couldn't find it, so he made it, and he made it big. And then that's a true entrepreneur right there. I mean,
It's like you want something, it's not there, you go and
make it. You do it. Go get it. And you know what? And he said probably that was not the right thing to do, but I think that's the best way to do it because when you start, sometimes when you experience, you know too much and you sink yourself because you go, well, I have to do this and I have to do that and I have to do this and I have to do that and you never do it. But when you don't know what you have to do and you're just doing it, you just pushing through.
Yeah,
One
I thought
step
it
at a
was
time.
excellent that they have already done all of this franchise. They have a franchise model, so it's not even all of his businesses that he's opening. He's just
over 500
franchising out.
Total,
yeah. I just think it's so great that someone just sort of walked into it, like Michael was saying, and said, "This is what we need. Let's do it. Let's get it done." And now, however many.
He probably
years
meant
later,
to just open one just to have one, and then it's like, oh, okay, let's just open
and
another
then he
one.
sort of, took
and
off
then
like
it
wildfire.
was like rabbits. It just started multiplying.
Yeah.
And that projected revenue for 2011 is $50 million.
Yeah.
That's it?
It's kind of crazy.
That's nothing.
I do think one of those franchises would do really well in Northampton, though.
Yeah.
So someone go get it, Freshii, call
Yeah.
them. 30,000 and you in the game.
Yep, that's not so bad.
Nah, it's not a lot of money. I mean, they want $50 million a year.
That's right.
That store in Northampton would make that 30,000 within the first 6 months.
Oh yeah,
Easy.
Oh, absolutely.
definitely.
Easily.
I wish Chipotle franchised, but they don't. I would open a Chipotle in Northampton.
They opened one in Chicopee, I
I
think.
know. I need to go.
They're good.
Hungry for
but they're
some
not
Mexican
like
food.
amazing. But they're
Yeah,
good.
but they're good fast food.
Yeah.
Mexican.
Someone else told me I got to try it.
Yeah.
It's on Memorial Drive, right?
I don't know.
Across from Walmart.
We
over
should all
there.
go after
Yeah,
this.
it's a new building.
Yeah.
Yours are making me hungry, so
Yeah.
let's wrap it up.
All right.
Literally.
Yeah.
Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
Let's Lynn it
Wrap
up.
it up, Freshii.
Let's Lynn it up, all right?
Let's Lynn Freshii it.
Yes. Thanks for watching, guys.
Can I shout out my hat? So I have a big head, and I could never find a hat to fit me. And thanks to Perry Ellis, this one fits. So I want to wear it so everyone can know. I'm proud of my. You know what? I have a big head, and it is what it is.
All right, to see more of Mike's big head, go to In Charge Show on Facebook and Twitter. Nice dance.
Tribute to Michael Jackson.
I don't know if you have any questions. We are looking to bring in interviews for entrepreneurs in person, so you can email us at incharge@thebusinesschannel.com and follow the show, interact with us, let us know what you think of the show. We take criticism very well.
Al
So-
does. I don't.
Send it to me. Don't send it to
Constructive
Tara.
criticism.
Yeah.
No hating.
Yeah.
Send your hate to straighthate.com.
What?
I just
What?
made it up.
All right. That's probably a website. All right. Well, thanks for watching.
Thanks, guys. See you next time.